It was a sunny November day in Dallas. A day that looked ordinary. Until 3 gunshots tore through the heart of America. A young president's life ended in seconds. And decades later, the truth remains buried under layers of secrets, lies, and conspiracy. Today, we're going to uncover every detail of the assassination of John F. Kennedy, the theories that still haunt it, and why this moment changed history forever. Stay with me until the end, because you will see how this one event reshaped the entire world. November 22, 1963. President John F. Kennedy and his wife Jacqueline land at Love Field Airport in Dallas, Texas. They are greeted by cheering crowds. Kennedy is here for a political trip, hoping to strengthen support for the upcoming 1964 election. Riding with them in the open-top 1961 Lincoln Continental limousine are Texas Governor John Connally and his wife Nellie. Secret Service agents are all around, but security was far more relaxed than today. Nobody knew they were about to witness a national tragedy. The president's motorcade winds its way through downtown Dallas. Thousands line the sidewalks, waving American flags. The mood is festive, almost electric. At precisely 12:29 p.m., the motorcade makes the fateful turn onto Elm Street, passing the red brick building known as the Texas School Book Depository. In the crowd, a young dressmaker named Abraham Zapruder holds up his 8mm Bill and Howell camera, filming what he thought would be a moment of history to cherish. Instead, he would capture history's most shocking murder. 12:30 p.m., 3 shots ring out. First, some witnesses hear a loud crack, like a firecracker. People look around, confused. Second, Governor Connally cries out in pain as he's struck. Third, an explosive impact to the president's head. A cloud of blood and bone sprays into the Texas air. Pandemonium erupts. Secret Service agent Clint Hill leaps onto the back of the limousine as the car speeds away toward Parkland Memorial Hospital. In less than 10 seconds, the promise of Camelot was gone. At 12:36 p.m., the limousine screeches to a halt outside Parkland's emergency entrance. Doctors rush to the trauma room. The president is unresponsive, massive head trauma rendering any chance of survival impossible. Jacqueline Kennedy refuses to leave her husband's side. At 1 p.m., John F. Kennedy is pronounced dead. Nellie Connally holds her husband's hand as he fights for life. Governor Connally would survive his wounds. A nation's nightmare begins. As news spreads, Dallas police are already searching the Texas School Book Depository. On the 6th floor, they discover a rifle, a 6.5mm Carcano bolt action, hidden among boxes. 3 spent shell casings litter the floor. An employee is missing. Lee Harvey Oswald. At 1:15 p.m., Dallas officer J.D. Tippit spots a man matching Oswald's description walking in Oak Cliff. When Tippit tries to question him, Oswald draws a revolver and fires 4 shots, killing him instantly. Minutes later, Oswald slips into the Texas Theater without buying a ticket. Police storm inside and arrest him after a brief struggle. In custody, Oswald insists, "I didn't shoot anybody, I'm just a patsy." Back at Love Field, Air Force One waits. Jacqueline Kennedy boards the plane, her pink suit soaked in her husband's blood. She refuses to change, saying, "Let them see what they've done." At 2:39 p.m., aboard the presidential aircraft, Lyndon B. Johnson takes the oath of office. In the photo, Jackie stands beside him, staring blankly ahead. America has a new president, but nothing feels right. President Johnson establishes the Warren Commission, led by Chief Justice Earl Warren. After months of investigation, they publish their report in 1964. Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. He fired 3 shots. The single bullet theory explains how 1 bullet passed through Kennedy and into Governor Connally. No credible evidence of a conspiracy, but many Americans don't buy it. The Warren report leaves more questions than answers. If Oswald acted alone, why did so many witnesses hear shots from the grassy knoll? Why did the Zapruder film appear to show Kennedy's head snapping backward? Why did Jack Ruby, an underworld nightclub owner, murder Oswald on live television 2 days after his arrest? Were there ties to the Mafia, the CIA, or the Soviet Union? The seeds of distrust were planted. They would never be uprooted. Over the years, countless theories have emerged. Second shooter theory. Some acoustics experts claim recordings prove a second gunman fired from the grassy knoll. CIA plot. Some believe Kennedy's clashes with the CIA over Cuba and Vietnam made him a target. Mafia retaliation. Bobby Kennedy's war on organized crime allegedly provoked mob bosses. Cuban revenge. Fidel Castro, furious at U.S. assassination attempts, had motive. Soviet connection. Oswald had defected to the USSR and returned. A 1979 congressional investigation concluded there was probably a conspiracy, but could never identify who was behind it. After the assassination, the Secret Service underwent massive security reforms. Presidential motorcades would never again be so exposed. Trust in government plummeted, fueling decades of suspicion. JFK became an almost mythical figure, forever young, forever tragic. And the most haunting question lingers: did we ever know the whole truth? Today, more than 60 years later, the echoes of those shots still rattle our collective memory. Files remain sealed, witnesses are gone, but the questions endure. If you've stayed with me this far, you understand why the Kennedy assassination isn't just a story about a murder, it's about the end of innocence. It's about how one moment can change a country forever. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as fascinating and as chilling as I do, make sure to subscribe. Share your thoughts in the comments. Who do you believe killed President Kennedy, and why? Until next time, stay curious and subscribe.